Welcome to What Are You Sporting About podcast, a podcast about business, employment, sports, and entertainment to help educate, support, and guide you to your next level. Here's your host, attorney Savania DeBarros.
Hi, this is Savania DeBarros, protector of athletes, and today I have Mr. Jachai Taylor on the line. Hi, Jachai.
Hi, I'm happy to be on
the podcast today.
Yes, ma'am. I'm happy to be on this podcast today. It's actually my first podcast I ever did, first debut, so kind of excited about that.
Well, we're excited to have you, and I had to take a pause to say your name. I'm like, I don't want to jack up the name. So I'm so excited that you are here with us. It's It's an interesting time for one, and also it's awesome to have someone who's transitioning from college athletics into hopefully the pro realm world. So before we dive into some of those things and what makes you tick, just tell us a little bit about who Jachai is and what you've been doing so far.
All right. So my name's Jachai Taylor. I'm originally from North Chicago, Illinois, but I grew up mostly in Waukegan, Illinois, which is like the city like right near it. I just recently graduated from Queens University of Charlotte in Charlotte, North Carolina. Got my bachelor's of science in sports management, and right now I'm working my way to play professional ball. So I know with everything going on in the pandemic and the COVID, it's kind of slowing things down, but I'm still keeping the belief in me and just working every day just to get better. So that's how life.
That's awesome. I'm just going to ask you because with the pandemic, COVID-19, it has caused a lot of people to shift, even athletes and student athletes, finding different ways, and we call it in the business world pivoting. So finding ways to keep yourself relevant if you currently have a business, finding ways to make sure that you can still serve your current client customer service base. So what have you been doing during this pandemic to keep yourself relevant as an athlete, especially someone who aspires to go pro?
I think the main thing been for me is just to just not just go crazy because the world isn't the world right now how it was a couple months ago, and just being really really patient and just hoping that this whole virus thing blows over. But it is necessary that we all take the safety precautions that they're telling us to. But I just have to just wake up every day, go to the gym, make sure I get me my good workout in, and stay in shape, and just keep rolling. I know this pandemic is kind of messing with everybody's head, but I think that the best thing for me to do is just stay focused and just keep working. And I'm also taking this time as to even learn other things that I probably never knew. So, it just putting everything in perspective.
Yeah, that's a great answer. And it's so important to keep educating yourself. Like I feel like I'm a lifelong learner because for one, I love education. I love just diving into different things that I'm like, wow, I didn't know what that was, so
yeah.
That's good because I feel like the more you learn, the more well-rounded you become as a person and
yes.
more aware that you become also, especially that's something I think athletes need, period. So
yes.
Share with us a little bit about some of your passions as an athlete, maybe a purpose that you have that you want to continue to drive forward as you transition.
I'm really passionate about just growing myself not only as a basketball player, but as a young man coming up in this world, and just just trying to learn as much as I can and just become a really well-rounded person, and be a person that if a friend needs me, I can be there, just and also be that guy that like the younger guys can look up to, and they can ask me any questions, and I won't act all Hollywood on them or anything like that. So I'm just trying to keep growing as a person and just progressing in life and just keep kind of getting better and learning things. You you never know everything. So you can always learn something through life.
That's true. That's true. You touched on something that's important. So, I authored the book, What Are You Sporting About? Which really drives home for athletes to really find out what their purpose is, which will help them to set guidelines along the way to create sustainable foundations later. And one of the things I do discuss is being approachable as an athlete. So you said, I won't go all and act Hollywood on you, which is true. You want people to be able to approach you and be able to connect with you, because sometimes the people that you least expect could possibly be the people that could actually implement something very lucrative in your life, So that's great advice. Let me ask you this though. If you have a favorite country or team that you aspire to be on, what would it be?
I think my favorite team that I would like to be on, it probably would be here at home on the Chicago Bulls, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't know, just to bring that light back to the city. That's the dream right there, just to play here at home and on the Bulls, and all my family can come watch me and see me. But I mean, if I can be lucky enough to get the opportunity to play anywhere, I'll be very grateful for it, and I'll just I'll give it my all, and it doesn't even matter.
Awesome. So if you were able to play with the Chicago Bulls, what would be some advice that you would give to young athletes who are currently in high school or about to begin their college career as a student athlete, also aspiring to go to the Bulls?
My advice to them would be to first just be a respectful person, and just just try to network with a lot of people. Try to meet non-student athletes that's on campus, because a lot of times I meet a bunch of student athletes in college, and they only talk to their team, or they just only talk to athletics. And I was really big on in college, trying to speak to everybody, whether you play sports or not, because you never know what that person can be in life, and they can be somebody that can help you. So that would be something I would tell them. Just try to meet as many people as you can, make connections, relationships and things like that, and always work hard. If you really want to be the player that you say you want to be, you have to put the work in. You have to study the game, and also you have to make sure that your grades are top notch. I was the type of student in college. I always went above and beyond. I was like an overachiever, so I think that was just a pride in me. I just always wanted to do the best I can. And, if I knew I can do the best I can in school, I said, why not, just try to get the best grade as possible. So that would be my advice to them.
Okay. No, I agree with that. One thing that I've always said is education for me was the one thing that I can control. So why not try to be the best at it?
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, why not? So there's a huge shift in athletes who are opting out of going to an NCAA school because they want to have complete control over their name, image, and likeness, and so they're going to G League, the NBA G League. What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that, I think that high school kids, they're seeing how the NCAA works, and how they they basically control the game, and they're not paying any of these student athletes, but they're making billions of dollars off their name. So if I'm a high school athlete right now, and I feel I'm ready for the pros, I'm thinking I would go G League myself, because once you get to the NCAA, you could become a big star in the college world, and they'll be making so much money off you, and you probably won't see a penny of it. So I think they're just, being smart about it. I think it's a smart move in my opinion.
Now let's shift that conversation just a little bit, because, name, image, and likeness is definitely at the forefront of everything right now with the college world, college sports. Now, if you were currently going to be transitioning from high school to college with, and let's just say you were in Florida, because Florida has enacted an NIL statute. So let's just say you were transitioning to a Florida school. Would your answer still be the same, or would it be different?
My answer, my answer would be hesitant, because Florida's a beautiful state. But I think it's all about how I would feel at that time about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as far as right now, I guess knowing what I know now about the NCAA and been there and done that, I probably would have, made that jump from high school to probably the NBA G League.
Thank you for sharing it, because I know there's a lot of athletes that are in that space now, or even going to be thinking about that maybe once NIL is really on the books nationwide for a while, and they're going to have to make that very strategic decision. Do I go and play for school, or do I go to a G League, to get me ready for mainstream pros? So we already know, like, when you go pro, well, first off, even when you become a student athlete, and especially at an NCAA school, there is a particular stigma that is placed on you. People just think that you think you're all of that, because especially if you're with the D1 school, it's a lot, right? So
yeah. Oh, tell me about it.
So just imagine becoming a professional athlete and walking around with this target on your back is being a cocky person, right? You can have a heart of gold, but the stereotype is out there. So what are some things that aspiring athletes, and we can even just say current pro athletes, what, in your opinion, can they do off the court to eliminate that stigma of being cocky or too good, quote unquote, to talk with other non-athletes?
I think the best thing for them to do is, off the court, you have to connect with other people that's, non-student athletes. You have to speak to them when you see them on campus, or if you have a student that's in your class and you have class with them, you see them around the campus, talk to them, have a conversation with them. Those, like, having those type of conversations with those people who just, they don't play sports, they're probably still trying to find a purpose in life. That goes a long way with them. I know many people I have, spoke to throughout college, they still remember me for that. And, they love me for who I am, because, I don't try to act too good or like I'm too good to speak to them, because it's like, at the end of the day, I'm a regular person like you too. I still got to wake up and put my pants on the same, just like you. So what makes me better than you? Of course I'm on scholarship, or, my college is paid for, but, I can't act too good. I had to work for it. Those students are still working, to bust their butts in class, and, to some of those kids have to maintain the GPA just to even stay in that school. So it's like, it's just all about connecting with them and speaking to them, and, you got to warm them up. You don't come around and just don't say nothing and look at them all weird and funny. They're people just like you too, so you just have to connect with them and speak to them.
Yeah, that is so true. That's so true. I mean, you just never know. I call these people like walking angels. Sometimes you just never know the way you treat certain people. You never know what value and goodness and blessings they will impart in your life.
Yeah, see, I'm a big believer in, you treat people how you want to be treated. And I think that's what makes me, a person that people like to be around, and, they feel like they can talk to me anytime during the day, because, I won't act like a big time on them. It's not my personality, and I don't think it ever been in me to act that type of way to those people.
Well, I definitely appreciate you for being open and honest and humble. And I know humility is a character trait that a lot of people lack. But I do know if it's something that a person can, hopefully it can be taught. But,
Yeah.
Humility is one of those things. If you got it, man, people are always going to want to help you, because you are approachable, and you don't have so much pride that people just have to keep knocking down walls just to try to impart something on you. So
Yes.
Kudos to you, Kai, for, even getting to the point where you are now. I'm super excited for you. And
Thank you.
I could just pray that, all of your dreams that you want come into fruition and you are able to achieve everything that you put your mind to. So
Thank you. Thank you.
Again, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Hopefully I'll be, interviewing you as a Bulls player.
Yes. Hey, I will be down for it. I'll be down for it. It'll be a second go around. It'll be fun. So
Yeah,
I'll be down for it. Yeah.
absolutely. But thank you so much again. And we'll talk with you soon.
Yes. Thank you for having me on. I hope you have a great day and everyone else has a great day too. And just keep following your dreams and stay focused.
Absolutely. Thank you. Bye.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us this week on What Are You Sporting About podcast. Make sure to visit our website, prosportlawyer.com, where you can subscribe to the show in iTunes, Stitcher, or whatever your favorite platform is, so you'll never miss a show. And while you're at it, if you found value in the show, we'd appreciate a rating on iTunes or iHeartRadio. Or if you'd simply tell a friend about the show, that would help us out too. If you like the show, you might want to check out our book, What Are You Sporting About? Attorney Savania DeBarros is available for private consulting at sldebarros.com. And remember, we're here to educate, support, and guide you in your journey to success because we're all sporting about something.